Energy. All right. So let's find our comfortable seats. Sit up nice and tall. Lift your shoulders up and let them roll back and down. Hands on your knees, elbows soft under your shoulders. Eyes are closed or gazing down. And without changing anything, just notice the breath and how the breath naturally flows in and out of the body. And then intentionally begin to deepen your breath. Finding that equal inhalation, exhalation. In and out through the nose. Your mind wanders, focus back on your breath. Remember, we always practice ahimsa, non-violence. Starts on our mats, with ourselves. And just gather the hands together in front of your heart and bow in. Setting an intention. And then interlace your fingers and stretch it away. Wait for an inhale, reach high, relax your shoulders, find that space between the ribs, just moving side to side. And then stay up tall. And just release your hands apart. Let the left hand come down and let the right arm reach over. Press through that right hip and reach through the right arm. And then drop your hand down to that knee. Keep it here or drop it to the floor and walk it away. And then squeeze your belly to come up tall, reach both arms high. And then take the right arm down and reach the left arm over. Keep reaching through the left arm, pressing down through the left hip. And then put your hand to the knee, drop it to the floor and walk it away or not. And then squeeze your belly to come back up tall, reach both arms high. And then take the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers, stretch them to the floor, stay here or pull the arms up and away. Remember, you're not dropping the spine. And then drop your hands, keep your fingers interlaced, bend your elbows, hands to the sacrum, slide both hands to the right side of the waist, and then drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder. And then switch it out, take it to the other side, left ear reaches to left shoulder. And then drop it down and reach it high. And then take the right hand to the left knee, twist, look back over the left shoulder. And then inhale, reach up high. And exhale, twist to the other side. And then inhale, reach up high. And exhale, come back, arms down, make your way to hands and knees. Setting up your tabletop position. For your cat-cow tilts, when you're ready, the inhale drops the belly, lifts the head. Exhale, arch high, push the floor away. And just moving with your own breath, finding your cat-cows. Sorry, guys. This thing is not cooperating. Spend a little more time in that sway back to get a little bigger stretch. And then wait for your next exhalation, return to a flat back. And then press it into child's pose. Remembering you can come here at any point during your practice. And then walk both hands to the right side of the mat. Walk a little further through the left hand. Maybe the left hand stacks on top of the right. And then walk it to the other side. And then come back to center and shift forward, hands and knees. Bring the knees back under the hips. And then on an inhale, take your left arm out and let it reach high. And then exhale, thread that arm under the right, relax the shoulder, relax the side of the head. You can stay here, you can press into the right hand to deepen that stretch. You'd like to start to add some core. You can extend the right leg and it just goes slightly off to the side of your mat. So imagine it's going over to like 5 o'clock. And you might walk those fingers forward. This is going to create a balance. Tense your fingers. If you want to squeeze the belly, you can lift that leg. And if your knee went up, bring it back down. And then bring the wrist back under the elbow. Press into the right hand and reach out and up with the left. Drop it down. Inhale, right arm goes out, up if it feels good. Exhale, thread it under. Stay here or take that left leg back off to the side of the mat. 7 o'clock, stay there, or you're walking that hand forward for a counterbalance if you're going to lift the leg. And make sure it kind of stays off to the side, but not too far to the side because that'll make you roll over too. And then put that knee down, bring the wrist back under the elbow, press into the left hand and reach out and up with the right. Drop your hand, tuck your toes, push your hips back and breathe into your feet. And then when you're ready, either hands and knees or your first downward facing dog. You can do more cat-cow tilts if you're not down dogging today. You can walk it out, wiggle it out, move it around. And then just come to stillness, hold your down dog. Pressing equally through the hands and feet. Make sure not creating tension in the neck. So intentionally see, you can just relax and let that head hang. Maybe shake it yes and no. And then either drop to the knees or shift to plank and hold. You can hold a knee plank if you're not doing a full plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Go ahead, slide your elbows forward. Sphinx pose, elbows stack under the shoulders, tuck your chin if you need less, look forward, drag the elbows back if you need more. Squeeze your glutes, stay here or lift your elbows. And then lower all the way down. Press up to hands and knees, go all the way back to child's pose. And we're going to do a few moon salutations. So last night was the full moon, if you didn't see it. All right. So inhale, shift forward to hands and knees. On an exhale, lower down. On an inhale, roll up. Just find cobra, no weight on your hands. Exhale, head down. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale all the way to child's pose. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, find cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, hands and knees. And exhale back to child's pose. Last time, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, find cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hands and knees. Tuck your toes, take it back to child's pose. And stay here or go back to down dog. And go to hands and knees. If that's, we're all gonna make our way to ragdoll. Hanging out, any movement that feels good. Bend your knees, sway your hips, grab your elbows, shake your head yes and no. Just wake up your body. And then on an inhale, press your shins away, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, soften. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out. Stay here, grab your right wrist with your left hand, pull it to the left side. Keep it here or take that right foot behind, bend both knees like a curtsy, pull a little deeper to the left. Looks good. And then go ahead, bring it back to center, grab the other wrist, pull it over. Stay here, or this time it's left foot behind, curtsy and pull. And then bring it back tall, drop your hands, touch your thighs, slide towards your toes. Stay here or take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers and let the arms pull away. And then drop it down, reach for your toes. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out, drop your tailbone only if it feels good, add a little back bend, and then come up tall and hands down. Drop your arms, and we're just gonna put some space between your feet. Just let your arms be nice and relaxed, and you're just gonna start twisting at the shoulders, kind of like a little kid. And then the more you twist your body, just let the arms kind of swing around. This is a great way to stretch out your low back. And it just feels good. And we don't do it. But here's some floppy arms out there. And then slow it back down. And then just come into your mountain, top of your mat. Surya Namaskar. Shoulders back and down, palms forward, belly up, tailbone down. Feel as if you're being lifted through the crown of the head. On an inhale, reach up. On an exhale, folding forward. On an inhale, press your shins away or the floor, depending on your hamstrings. And exhale, step the left foot back. Drop the knee, sink into the left hip flexor. Make your adjustments to make this pose your pose. Find your stretch. The floor is too far away. You can use blocks. You can bring your hands to your thigh. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, hands walk with you if the hamstring is tight. And then shift the weight forward, bring both hands to your thigh. And we're gonna take that left hand on the outside of the knee, push it away, and just take the right arm back behind you and look at it. And then go ahead, hands to the mat. You're going hands and knees or down dog. You're gonna cat cow or add your vinyasa. Maybe a little wiggle time in up dog. And then on an inhale, either from hands and knees or down dog, let your left leg lift high. Go ahead and take it up as high as you like it. If it feels good, bend the knee. And step it through. Drop the back knee, sink into the right hip flexor. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, Ardha Hanuman. And then shift the weight forward, bring both hands to your thigh. Stay here, or you're taking that right hand on the outside of the knee, push it away, the left arm goes to the back and look at it. Both hands to the front. Take it back, hands and knees or down dog. Cat cow, vinyasa, rest, whatever feels good. Nice. All right, either from hands and knees or down dog, lift your right leg high. Take it as high as you want to go, only if it feels good, bend the knee. And then step it all the way through. Left hand's going to be flat on the mat or a block. You can always drop that back knee if you don't want the knee up. Right hand on the thigh, twist and look to the right. Keep the right hand low or reach it up. And then if your hand's up, bring it down, step the back foot up a few inches and come all the way up for high lunge. We're going to take a few breaths here, and some of you are going to stay here. If it feels okay, we're going to take a big inhale. And on an exhale, we're going to shift forward, arms back, head forward. Inhale, come up. You can just hold if you don't want to do this. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Last time forward. Inhale up. Stay right here or left arm forward, right arm back. Some of you might drop your right hand and reach the left arm higher. And then wait for an exhale, hands to the mat. Step up with the left foot and back with the right. Right hand flat or on a block, left hand on the thigh, twist it open. Looking to the left, keep it low or reach it up and breathe. And then bring your hand down, stay right here, step the back foot up a few inches, come up for high lunge. Take a moment here, belly in, tailbone down. Remember, you can stay here, arms up. If you're adding that flow, take a big inhale. As you exhale, head forward, arms back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, reach up. Last time forward. Inhale, high. Stay here or right arm forward, left arm back. Stay there or drop your back hand and reach the right arm higher. Wait for an exhale, hands to the mat. You can either go to down dog or rag dog. You can rest or flow. You can, rag dog's not good. Find something that is. Nice. If you're in down dog, make your way back up to the top of your mat. If you're folded forward, find Ardha Uttanasana, long flat back. Exhale, soften. Inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out. Drop your tailbone only if it feels good. Add that little back bend. Come up tall, hands down, and find your mountain. Take a moment, settle your breath. And then step your right foot back, warrior one position. Square your hips, bend into your left knee. Still lifting the belly to support the back. Hands can stay low or go high. And breathe. And then take your hands behind your back, wait for an exhale, interlace the fingers, inhale, give them a stretch and look up the wall. Stay here or exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Wait for an inhale, come all the way back up. Arms high, straighten the front leg. And then let your hands come around, touch your thigh and slide down the leg. So stop where your hamstring feels a stretch, but you don't have to bend the knee. You have a variation you're working on, feel free to add that. Nice. All right, wherever your arms are, I want to give you a choice here. You can do a twisting triangle by keeping the right hand down either on the shin or the floor. The bigger twist is on the pinky toe side. So if you need less of a twist, it goes on the right side of the foot, the right hand on the inside of the foot. And then the left arm goes up. If this does not feel good, it feels better to stand. You're just doing your twist the way we do when we're standing. Left arm forward, right arm back. So you're either down here or you're standing up, sending the right arm forward, left arm back. Yep. Nice. So if you're standing, just bring the arms back up, come to center. If you're folded, let's bring our thumbs below our knee, push the shin, hands to the waist to stand. Nice job. Reach up and drop it down, step it up and shake it out. And then left foot back. Warrior one on this side. Find your pose, belly's in, tailbones down. Low or high. And breathe. You're always welcome to stay there or hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, look up the wall. Stay there or exhale, bow forward. When you're ready to come back up, squeeze the belly, push into both feet to stand up. Arms high, straighten the front leg. Hands come around, touch the thigh, and slide down the leg. Find your stretch, honor the difference. We're not twisting just yet, we're just folding over that shin. And then when you're ready, add your twist. You can come up to standing, left arm forward, right arm back, or the left hand stays down somewhere along the floor or the leg, and the right arm goes high. So the biggest twist is pinky toe side. Less of a twist, you can always put a block under the hand. All right, if you're standing, just come back to mountain. If you're folded, thumbs below the shin, push the shin away, hands to the waist to come up. Reach high, and then just step to the top. Shake it all out, and find your mountain. All right, Ted, go ahead and take your pinky toes out near the edges of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Some of you are going to stay here. Some of you are going to come into a high squat or a low squat. Take a few breaths there. And if you have a crow practice you want to get in, go for it. Knees up into the armpits. Find your crow. When you're done, we're all going to meet at hands and knees or down dog. You can flow through if you like. And then we'll all meet at hands and knees. And just do 2 cat-cow tilts on your own. Wait for your exhale, return to your flat back, and lower down to your elbows. Interlace your fingers. Tuck your toes, scoop your belly, and then you can do hips high. If you don't like this, find something else you like to work on. If it feels okay, if you really want to work on strengthening your back, you can do your elbow plank and just hold here. Make sure you're not piking or sagging, just like mountain. If you want a little more, you can start to activate your obliques by doing a little twist at the hips. Nice. And when you're done, we'll all meet in child's pose. No rush. We'll wait on you. And then shifting forward, hands and knees. You can keep the knees in or take the right leg out to the side. We're taking the left arm, threading it under, stretching out the back after you work the core. Right. So remember your options here. We're going to focus on the back by just walking that right hand straight up overhead. Keep it there, or you start walking it over towards the left, like it's going to go behind you, but never bend the elbow. Keep it as straight as you can. That's going to be your maximum twist. And that spot just before you roll over. I think it feels so good. If you moved your right hand, bring it back around, push into the right hand, reach out and up with the left. And then drop your hand, bring the knee in, stay here or left leg to the side. Right arm threads under. And just take a moment here, be here first, see what feels good. The initial stretch is in the shoulder. If we're gonna make it go more into the back, we walk that left hand straight and then start walking it like it's gonna go behind you, right to that spot where you can keep the arms straight. And if you moved your left hand, bring it back around, press into the left hand, reach out and up with the right. And then drop your hand, bring the knee in. You can go to down dog or child's pose. You can rest or flow. Nice, everybody. And then either from hands and knees or down dog, walk your way to rag dog. On an inhale, press your shins away. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out, drop your tailbone. If it feels good, have that little back bend. Come up tall before your hands come down. Drop your arms, find your mountain. And then keep your left foot down, take your hands to your waist, feel as if you're pulling through the crown of the head, and then lift the right leg up. Thigh parallel, toes up, belly's in. You can always touch a wall. If balance is an issue, just reach with the left hand. Stay here or take the left hand over, hold behind the knee, right arm goes back. Right arm can touch the wall here. Or if you're going for the straight leg, slide down towards the foot and then work on extension. Don't overextend the hamstring. If the leg went out, come back to the knee. We're all taking our hands back to the waist. If you're still here, hold it. If it feels okay, we're going to extend and point, squeeze the thigh a lot. Don't lean back. And then lower the leg. Give a little shake. And try the other side. So right foot down, left thigh up. Focus on the lift. And again, you're welcome to stay here or right arm over. Left arm back. Stay there or work on getting that foot and extending the leg. And then slide it back in. Hands to the waist. Don't lean back. If you're going to extend and point, squeeze it a lot. And then lower. Give a little shake. And find your mountain. Take a moment and think about what you need. So you can stay here, hold a mountain. If that little arm swing gives you better release in your back, do that. If you want a vinyasa, you can do that. Nice. Vinyasa people, meet us back at the top of the mat. And everybody find mountain. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold forward. We're staying right here. And we're going to tent our fingers. So if the floor is too far away, you can grab a block. If this is not your jam today, then you can do another balance. All right, so we're going to keep our left foot down and our right leg up. So listen, we're going to take the left arm to the side. So we're taking it into a twist. It's not your full, it's your twisting half moon. So it might go straight to the side. It might go up to the sky. You can use the wall if you want. Nice. And then go ahead, bring it down, drop the foot. Let's take a little rest in between. And then when you're ready, set up for the other side. So right foot down, left leg up, right arm to the side. Some of you are staying here. Some you're going to twist it open, right hand up. Try to keep that leg nice, everybody. Beautiful. Go ahead, bring it down, drop the foot. And if a squat feels good, go for it, because it will. If a squat feels good, it'll feel really good now. If it doesn't feel good ever, it'll never feel good. All right. Take as much time as you like here. And when you're ready, you can go through a crow or just send yourself on back to down dog or child's pose. Add a flow or not. Nice. And then we're all going to lower all the way onto our bellies. Forehead or chin down, arms back, palms up. Push the tailbone down so the pelvis glues to the floor. Inhale, roll up just your head, neck, and chest. And breathe. A little lift just before you lower. Put the left cheek down, wiggle your hips. We'll do that one more time. This time we'll add the feet if you'd like. Forehead or chin down, arms back, palms up. Inhale, head, neck, and chest, and maybe lift the legs. Squeeze the glutes. Little lift just before you lower. Put the right cheek on the mat, wiggle your hips. And then relax. We'll stay right here, or you can do a third and final. If bow feels good to you, you can bend your knees, grab your feet or ankles. Otherwise, go back to Shalabhasana. Inhale, roll up head, neck, and chest. Push the feet or the ankles away. I like to flex the feet, try to get the thighs down to stretch my back. And then little lift just before you lower. Left cheek on the mat. If you're holding your feet, just windshield wiper up in the air. And then drop your feet down, press up to hands and knees, and go all the way back to child's pose. All right, so some of you are going to stay in child's pose because that's a big enough stretch. Sometimes it'll get a little more into the back if you bring the knees closer together. It gets a little more into the hips the wider the knees go. Those of you that rabbit might feel good to give a stretch, we'll do that. So you come up to hands and knees, you tuck your toes, and then you walk your hands back towards your knees so you can put the crown of the head on the floor. Then you reach back, grab the sides of the feet, then you push the hips up, and it should create a nice stretch in the low back. So just as if you're trying to straighten your legs, you have to have the toes tucked. That gives you something to hold. If it doesn't feel good, just stay in child's pose. And then relax, release, and go back to child's pose. Stay right here or press to down dog. Hold or flow through your last vinyasa. Wiggle time. This is like great, guys. All right, we're all gonna meet at hands and knees and do 2 more cat-cow tilts. And then return to your flat back. Come on to your bottom. And keep your left leg out, bring your right leg in, keep it or cross it. This leg can stay straight or bend it back. So hug the knee with the left, look to the right, stay there or add the elbow. Keep breathing. Have you tried the switch yet? All right, wait for your exhale, unwind to the other side. Come back to center and then switch legs. So it's right leg out, left leg stays on the inside or crosses over, stay straight, or you bend the right knee back. Hug the knee with the right, look to the left. And then wait for your exhale, unwind, look around. Come back to center and switch legs. Left leg out, right leg up. Keep it on the inside and this time let it fall open. Put your right hand on your knee, take your belly button, twist the belly button over the left thigh. So this already creates a little bit of a stretch in the back, and some of you, that's gonna be good. Feels okay. You can either reach up with the arms or just walk down the legs into your Janu Shirshasana and surrender. And then look at your toes, squeeze your belly, lock your thumbs, reach out and up. Drop your arms. You can stay here. You can add that little twist again, or take the right hand behind, left arm up, push up onto the shin, reach that left arm to the back, push your hips to the side. And then go ahead, release it back down and switch. So left hand on the left knee, belly button over the right side. Just take a moment to feel this stretch. I feel it a lot more on the other side. All right, so stay here or fold forward any way you want to get there. And surrender. When you're ready to come up, any way you want to come up, either hinge up or walk your hands up and then drop it down. Left hand behind, right arm up, push up onto the shin, reach that arm to the back of the room and push your hips to the side. And then sit back down and take both legs out in front. Flex your feet, drop your chin, Dandasana, belly to the spine. So you can stay here or fold forward. You can walk it forward or inhale high, exhale, fold, your choice, and surrender once you get there. And then look at your toes, squeeze your belly, lock your thumbs, or walk it up and then drop it down. Bend your knees, slide your bottom to your heels and come on to your back. Bring the knees in and rock it out. Exaggerate. And then we'll do our air chair. So extend your legs, bend your knees just until the toes drop out of sight. Make sure your knees and hips are stacked. Take your hands, push the knees away, push your knees back into the hand and push the low back into the floor. Great way to strengthen your back and your core without any flexion. You can't feel it, you probably need to drop the toes a little. And then hug it in, rock it out. And then plant your feet. Take your hands behind your head, lift your head and shoulders off the floor. We're just gonna pulse up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. And rest. If it feels good, you can bring the bottoms of the feet together here. Or knees together, feet wide. You can stay here or we'll do our obliques. So same thing, hands behind the head. We're gonna lift up our head and shoulders and our feet. And then we're gonna take our left elbow to our right knee, extend the other leg completely, and then switch for 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, and hold. For 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, and hold. And move for 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, and done. And relax. All right, and then our back bends are great to counter stretch our core. All right, so bridge pose. If you have a block, a block might give you a much better stretch than the engagement of bridge. So if you want to use a block, you want one in the studio, Martina's throwing them around the room. All right, so inhale, roll up through the hips. And you're just gonna hold for 5 to 10 breaths if you're working without a block. If you have a block and you want it under the sacrum, you can just hang here, let the block do the work. A bigger stretch would be extend your legs out to the corners of your mat. And we were talking the other day, if you're really tight in your back, it actually feels better if you're going to extend the legs to lower the block level and then extend the legs from there. Otherwise, you're working bridge. You're resting down in between. And then you're going to do a second bridge if you're working without a block. If you have the block, just hang out where you are. Of course, if you have a wheel in your practice, that's always an option too. Big toes towards each other. Good adjustment. Yep. That engages the inner thighs more, takes the crunch out of the low back. All right. So if you're still up, whenever you come down, no rush. You have to tiptoe to get off the block. We're all just going to hug our knees into our chest. And then keep your right leg in and send your left leg high. Remember, you can either hold the right knee or plant it on the floor. Slow as you can, lower the left leg by pushing the low back into the floor. Once that leg touches, give it a little rock side to side. Stay here or let your right knee fall out to the right side. Stay there or catch the pinky toe side of the right foot with the right hand. It's foot up, knee down. And then release your foot, arms in a T, and take a twist. Knee to the left, gaze to the right. Gotta pop. Stay there, or you can always put your hand on top of that knee, push down for a bigger twist. If you want to work on extending that leg like we were doing when we were standing, you can extend that top leg and reach out towards the foot and get a little more into the IT band. If it went out, bring it in, hug it to center, rock. And then left leg in, you're either holding it or it's on the floor, right leg high. Flex it and slowly lower the leg. Push the low back down. Once it touches, give it a little rock. Stay here or let the knee drop open. Stay there or catch the pinky toe side of the left foot with the left hand. So this is supposed to be a sacral reset. Just release your sacrum. Of course, if it hurts your knee more than it helps your back, don't do it. And then release your foot, arms in a T, knee to the right, gaze to the left. You can take that right hand and put it on top of the knee if that feels good. You can push the knee down, but make sure the left shoulder stays on the floor. If you're working on extension, go for the extension and reach out for the pinky toe. If it went out, bring it in, hug it through center, make little circles, stay here or bottoms of the feet together, knees press away. Stay there or both feet up in the air, happy baby, any movement that feels good. And then feet together, knees together. If it feels good, hug yourself up. Take a big inhale and then stretch it out in all directions. Find Shavasana, legs up the wall, however you want to finish up your practice, whatever that looks like. If you have a tendency to cough when you're on your back, you can do Shavasana on your right side. I know some people that have allergies or postnasal drip that back can create tickling. So just forget about the breath, let the breath return to normal. And just imagine a beautiful golden light enters the body through the crown of the head, relaxing down through the scalp and all the features of your face. Down through your neck and shoulders, all throughout your arms, hands and fingers are relaxed. All throughout your torso. Down through your thighs, your knees, your calves and shins, the ankles, the feet, and out the toes. The body is completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. If you really want to develop more faith and devotion, then think about the great benefits and gifts you have been constantly receiving. The more you think of them, the more you feel grateful, the more you feel devoted, the more you feel love. But unfortunately, our tendency is to forget all the nice gifts and instead remember the one small thing we did not get. Never forget what you received that is good, even though it is small. But don't even for a minute, if someone has done some harm to you, let it stay in the front. Even this one teaching is enough to help us see friends and friends and only friends. And that's how you develop devotion. Bring the awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breath. Let it fill your body. And bring your subtle movements, fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs, until you're ready for a big stretch. And if it feels good, hug your knees up one last time. And carefully roll to your favorite side. Take a few breaths on your side. And in your own time and way, when you're ready, come up to your comfortable seats. We'll close our practice. Find your tall spine. Reconnect to your breath. Remember your peace. Share your light. Hands to the heart. Bow in. Give gratitude for every little thing.